everybody, what's up? It's the Hardy Construction. You can find us on Tumblr. No, you can't. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but mostly on YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe. Check out our clothing on teespring.com, where we'll make 5 cents off of it.
Yeah.
With yours, Komp and
Macaulay Bulkin.
And today's film is... It's the stupidest name.
Uncle Peckerhead 2020.
Uncle Peckerhead 2020. When a punk band scores their first tour,
Yeah, they're a punk
life,
band. What are you talking
life
about?
on the road proves tough when they are joined by a man-eating demon as a roadie. Directed by Matthew John Lawrence, written by him as well. Starring David Blovband, Adam R. Brown, Ryan Conrad. Why is there no female?
David Blovband is absolutely not the star of this.
Yeah,
It's all completely out of order.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just give proper names.
Dave Littleton is Peckerhead.
Yeah, okay. Dave Littleton is Peckerhead. Who plays Jane? Is it Jane?
Judy.
Who did this fucking?
Yeah, this is completely
casting with the
completely out of order. Oh, Judy is
played by
Chet
Siegel.
Then there's Max is Jeff Riddle, and what's the drummer's name?
That girl has a specific name. Because I looked her up because I thought she was quite cute.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
She is.
It's really bothering me that I can't.
Although she might look like one of your nemesises. She's from a show called ZHE. So I'm sure if you look on the IMDb,
we'll get her name soon.
We'll get her name.
Sorry, everybody.
Anyway, so this movie. Why did I pick? No, you picked it. I guess I mentioned for you to pick
You mentioned it to me. Well, because it's a new movie. Why not?
It's a new film.
It's an indie new movie. I like that.
I remember seeing the trailer for this online on Twitter, probably. Twitter is a surprisingly a good place to find.
Twitter's great for a lot of shit. You can find movies, the news, everything.
You can disregard your real friends and just have political arguments on it. It's great stuff. There's
you gotta get over it.
I'm just joking. It's Ruby McAllister, I believe that's her name. I believe it's Ruby McAllister. I found out on Twitter because there's a lot of I follow a lot of horror blogs on Twitter, and I was gonna say, hey Jerry, what the fuck? Hey Jerry, check this out.
Hey Jerry, Jerry.
So I told Danny, I was like, check this out. I was like, I figured it'd be up your alley because Danny likes writing and also dealing with sort of
and demons.
Monsters and demons sort of shoved into.
Although I
didn't
necessarily take him as a demon.
Yeah,
I took him more like a werewolf type of thing. But
right, I thought he was just like some sort of ghoul or something because in the poster there's it's him.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, whatever it is, it's cool. You know, I like it.
Is it some weird? It's like some sort of it's an anarchy symbol. I thought it was a satanic.
Yeah, they're
symbol.
definitely like a punk band.
Okay, I didn't really think that as punk, but I guess.
Oh, you know,
to
punk
me it sounds
like a little hardcore or something.
Is it like not? It's
punk person,
more like pop, not pop punk, but more like post punk, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know.
Yeah,
I'm not a punk person.
I'm not a punk person.
But I've definitely seen shows like this back in the day when I used to go to a lot of ska shows. Like there's a crossover.
Like a punk band to me is like the ones that were in Green Room. You know, like that was like punk to me. But I guess there's a lot of different facets.
Types.
Yeah, just like metal. There's different types of metal. So
they did not like the metalhead. I thought that was really a good scene, actually, with the metalheads.
Uncle Peckerhead is this film that just came out, and you and I had different reactions to this film.
Yeah.
But what's lay out the basic storyline for this film?
Okay, this really poor band is trying to go on their first tour, and they have no money and their car was repoed or something, so now they found this homeless drifter guy who is going to be their roadie and give them rides.
Yes, basically, and he...
Hey, I did a good job. Did you hear that?
It was funny because I was looking at the movie and not paying attention, so I can't give you the credit that you deserve.
Oh, I really did a good job.
So, it's a comedy with horror elements in it, I would say. Here's the thing for me. There's 3 main characters. 4 main characters, obviously. There is, since I lost everybody's name, there's Judy.
Matt.
There's, Matt's the bald guy with the beard, right?
Yeah.
And the redhead played by Wendy McAllister. I don't know why I couldn't find her name. Uncle Peckerhead is a guy. Well, so these 3 people they're very poor, like you said. They are trying to start up their tour, which is like I think 6 states or something like that. But their van is repoed.
I said all of this. You're just repeating what I just said.
Did I? See, I told you I didn't pay attention. Anyway, but I'm trying to do the high class version. So they run into the likes of Mr. Peckerhead. They never call him Uncle Peckerhead. He's just Peckerhead. Well, Peckerhead is obviously a colloquialism for the head of a penis, if you don't know. And
I think about mine all the time.
He notices the cops are driving around, so he decides to take them on tour with him. He actually takes them on tour. He's I assume their roadie.
He's their roadie and driver.
Roadie guy. And laughs ensue. But are there really laughs in this movie?
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Myself, here's the thing. Listen, I am not the be-all, end-all about comedy. I laugh at very weird and dark things.
Me too.
And this no, I do. I know you do. This should be. It should be like totally an area for like really dark and fucked up jokes, and it is, but it was not like.
Well, they could have pushed it more. I'll agree with that.
None. No, it was. I don't know if it was the jokes or just the delivery of it. It was just nothing worked like comedy wise for me. And the thing is, like, we saw like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and that was funny in a cute way.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shaun of the Dead, I think, is probably one of the funniest. Might be the funniest horror film that I've ever seen.
Right. Not Dead Alive?
No, Dead Alive is hilarious. You know, I used to remember when I was a kid, I would think like I Kick Ass for the Lord was the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's like what classic.
So I mean, there's a lot of ways. Idle Hands, I thought was pretty good. So I don't know, but like there's something about this that it's like hipster humor.
Well, they definitely get very into. Like maybe a little too much into the music stuff, which is like, and they're playing it seriously though, like showing like full songs, which is cool.
I think the music part's the best part of the fucking movie.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's like they lost track of like a little bit and went on like little side
honestly,
tangents.
I wish they had put more music in the film. This movie could have been a fucking musical, like wall to wall with that shit. I mean, like I really would have preferred that. Like obviously, it would have been fine to have some sort of humor, but it's just like. I feel like bad saying this, but like half of the cast are like bad actors. Like,
you thought so? I didn't think so at all.
Yeah, the guitarist guy is like a bad actor. The guy with or maybe it's just the lines they gave him. It just seems like really.
Wow, we really disagree here.
Yeah. I guess maybe he's supposed to be he's obviously supposed to be wooden and a bit slow and a bit awkward.
Well, he's like a socially awkward gay guy.
Right. And it's funny because he reminds me of this guy named Bowser. I forget the guy's last name. There's
a guy named after King Koopa?
He is. He's maybe he changed his name, but he's an internet personality named Bowser, and he does this character that like is a satanic dude, and he's like he did this thing where it got kind of famous called Notice Me Senpai, where he plays like this awkward sort of satanic guy that is in interviews and he acts really strange. He looks exactly like this fucking guy. I thought it was him when I first saw it.
Okay.
But that guy's a little bit better at that sort of awkward routine. But like here, I didn't get it. The redhead scene was obviously supposed to be edgy and was supposed to be like the asshole, like funny asshole character. But I didn't. Besides, I thought she was cute, but I didn't really like it. Judy is probably the best actor in the film.
She's the main star, so I should know.
Right, but the only thing is that I could see that she was acting. If you get what I mean, like it's like I could tell every line and delivery. There was just something off about it. Like nothing to me about this movie. Nothing felt genuine. The only things that worked with this film were the gore and the music. The camera work was great too. Everything for me, besides the performances, worked. Like I don't think it's performances that destroyed the film.
Right.
And I feel like complete shit because this is an independent film. These are people that are just started. I was like trying to convince you that I didn't want to talk about this movie. Like I was like,
I don't agree with you though. I'm gonna defend them.
No, I'm sure. I hope so. So anybody who likes these people, because I'm sure that they're very talented in a sense, but there was just something about it that wasn't working for me.
Disregard his opinions. His opinions mean nothing.
I thought you called me a bad slur for like. I thought you called me a something.
I never use slurs.
But yeah, it was just something about it that was off. Like it felt like the humor felt like forced. Like it felt like NBC type.
I feel like they did lose track. I feel like the script got a little like wobbly at points. Like they definitely lost track.
Like
But they could have put more jokes, but more importantly, they could have put more like horror stuff in there. Like,
yeah, I wish there
definitely
was
should have
more.
been like.
Definitely should have been wall to wall sort of horror. I mean,
But also, I guess there's like a budget limit and shit. Like, they probably,
I don't have a problem with horror being tempered, like here and there, and not being there all the time. But I think because I was so dealing with all the fucking comedy that I couldn't get. It's like, you know, like if I had to sit through, they could have
cut it down a little bit and then put a little more horror and a few more jokes, and I think it would have been like more solid. But
it's
I
like
didn't think there was a problem with the acting. I thought the acting was all pretty good, actually.
Big Bang Theory and what was that other one? 2.5 Men. It's like that kind of humor where it's like,
right,
and I'm like, holy fuck, I can't laugh at this. Like,
a lot of the people in this were only in like one or two other things too.
Yeah, and
like the guy that plays Uncle Peckerhead, who I thought was like really good, actually.
Yeah, he reminds me of. It was weird because like I like his character, and I like his acting, but there's some parts where I felt he was a little bit off. But he's clearly good. He was.
Well, I like that he's a little off though, because he's supposed to be like this weird fucking guy.
He reminds me. If anybody likes this film and they like Peckerhead's probably the most compelling character in the film because he does stuff, and obviously Judy is supposed to be his.
I wish they got more into like the nemesis between him and Judy a little, because like they were kind of going with this joke where like everybody loves him and
she hates him, right?
And she hates him, and they could have like done more with that. But like
Peckerhead reminds me of this. There's a podcast called S Town, which is short for Shit Town.
You know every podcast.
Well, I try to calm the voices in my brain. And it's about this guy who's convinced about a murder happening. It's a really good podcast. And the guy has the same southern drawl, and he's very weird, just like this guy. It's a really compelling true crime, not true crime, but sort of it's a really good podcast. That's all I'll say. But
that's
it's like
the
a
best.
thing that
what a great endorsement!
So, if you want my endorsement, listen to S Town. You can watch this movie. But so every day at midnight, Peckerhead turns into this sort of.
Do you think? Okay, this is an idea. I'd be curious. So what if he goes like in a different time zone? Like what if he's racing against the time zone in an airplane?
That'd be interesting. I don't think.
Would he like sustain it? Say like, because one time I was in an airplane and I swear we followed the sunrise for like hours, like or the sunset. I forget which it was. And like, what if he was racing like in that form and like going really fast? Do you think it would like stay?
See, that's something you could do in a sequel, because. Strangely enough,
instead of snakes on a plane, it's Peckerhead on a plane.
I think the dramatic parts are done really well in this film. Like there are like maybe 2 dramatic sequences in the film. The very final shot, and I forget what the other shot is. I literally just finished watching it today. I already forgot.
Yeah, the ending's really cool when he comes back for them.
That's what I was waiting for throughout the whole film. Although it doesn't fucking make any sense that
Why?
These people. Because in the fucking movie, the cops come up to them at the end. We're obviously spoiling the episode, so if you want to see the movie,
they already know it.
Hear us talk shit, right? The cops come to them. Is this your car? Fucking no, it's not. You'd be like, you see the guy that just ran out the doorway? That guy? That's his van. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, but it's not his van. He stole it.
And they could be making them up. The only reason, like that guy. It's that
guy, but they did. But it doesn't matter because nobody believes them. But then those other people vouch for them.
Everybody clearly saw them.
What are they going to show? The whole interrogation? What's the point of that?
I didn't get. I thought that was a real fucking lapse in the writing. Like all of a sudden, because we don't see her say that it was this guy. You just see at the end her like ooh with a face on, and then they get arrested.
Well, they were like accomplices. I mean, they were going along with it.
Yeah, so they're pieces of shit as well. I wish that they would have had that rivalry with the other band start earlier in the film. Because those guys are kind of just brought in, and they are a bit funny. They're sort of this weird. I don't know.
I hated the guy as soon as he grabbed the pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I can't make fun of that guy because that guy had the same hairline as him.
I've known people that do that.
That's really. If your hairline is as similar as that and like mine, then just don't do that because it just looks so ridiculous. And that's a good look though. It was funny. But I wish that they were introduced a little bit earlier so we can sort of believe that, because then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're going to leave you kidnapped in this apartment. Like nobody's going to check on you and we're going to do the show.
Well, it did like halfway through the movie.
I know, but I mean, like, what was their kidnapping plot? They were going to threaten them and keep them.
No, they were just trying to keep them out of the show.
In somebody else's fucking house? Like, what are they going to do? Are they not going to call the cops when the girl and the grandmother see it?
He's taking this very seriously.
Well, I mean, if you're writing a movie, listen. Here's the thing. I was so offended by the jokes that I was just like started taking it seriously because I was like, this is ridiculous, man.
I don't know. I'm not feeling it. What you're saying.
I did like that they made the co-singer, the guy character with the beard. They made him gay, and they didn't make it really a big deal. He just happened to be gay.
That other guy is very sexy. The Nick guy.
Oh yeah, he was.
And their sexy was very good.
I felt very inadequate watching the movie. I was like, God, I'm very.
Yeah, but he was terrible at sex.
Yeah, but that's not real. You know, he really fucks in real life.
I don't know. I mean,
you just want to believe this part of the
movie.
I
want to believe that this good-looking God man is really bad at sex, and I'm better than him. Yes,
you gotta think there's a lot of because ugly guys have to work harder for it. So
exactly, I work hard.
I work very hard for it.
I do a good job with what little I have.
Very good at
and I mean little, very in many levels.
So, so what are things that you say the film worked for you? What are the best things that worked for you with this movie?
I mean, it's like a cute. I felt like it was a cute.
That's what
story.
I'll say. It's a cute. Yeah, I'll say it's a cute movie. It's a cute movie.
Like you mentioned, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Same feeling. Cute, cuddly movie.
Yeah. There's other films like damn, what the hell is it called? I can't think of the first word, but it's called The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It's a movie that apparently everybody. Did you see it?
No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Google The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
I will not.
Okay. But it's a movie that everybody loves, but they never made a sequel to it. See, now I hear you googling, and I'm googling at the same time.
I'm not. Behind the Mask, The Rise of
Behind the Mask, because it's a documentary interviewing a serial killer, so it's like a horror comedy.
Okay.
And everybody loved that movie, but apparently not enough for it to get a sequel. I guess they didn't make enough money. But people always ask for it. So there's a lot of picks of making and a horror and a comedy. I guess it's not that hard to make a horror. And
now,
a comedy
who was
together.
it that invented that? The guy that made and he claimed that he invented horror.
Who was the
comedy?
guy again? Who did that?
It was the guy that did that show. Was it the guy that did American Horror Story or Glee or something?
Ryan Murphy.
Didn't he claim he invented horror comedy?
Well, he's a pioneer then. I believe him 100%.
In any case,
American Horror Story is so funny. It's the funniest show ever. I don't understand who the fuck thinks it's funny, but
it's got little moments. But
what are the things that didn't? What are the things that didn't work for you?
I wish that they tightened up the script a little more.
This
like I said, more jokes, more horror, less time.
Oof, less jokes for me. To me, this felt like a very because while I was watching it, there was a scene with where they were watching the Toxic Avenger Part 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's about right. This is like a really, really well-made, polished trauma film. That's really well-made trauma film. Yeah, no, okay. But
you don't agree?
I mean, no. There's been some directors that have worked, like the guys that did The Editor. You forgot that we saw that movie, but those guys did a movie for them called Father's Day, which is about. I don't know.
The Editor, I don't remember it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a great movie, but I guess not enough for you because we did.
Well, I'm sure if I saw it again, I'd be like, "Oh, this movie." I'm just bad with
it. It was a giallo film about a guy who edits movies and then he's stalked by a murderer, and they purposely put naked women in every scene for no reason, which was fantastic. But so
I don't remember that. Wow.
So then I remember I sent you a YouTube video that has behind the scene of a naked girl walking down a hallway, and you said this might be the greatest YouTube video I've ever seen of all time, and I was like, yeah, it is. Okay. But anyway, I'll send it to you again, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, please.
But go see The Editor; it's great. So obviously a lot of things didn't work for me here, but it wasn't like a total destruction of the film for me. I still watched it and I thought it was like a cute film.
I also think it was well directed. I think it was shot well. Everything looks nice.
The direction is great. The look of it, everything looks great. It was just for me the performances were off. The joke telling was off. Because the weird thing with telling jokes in horror films, it's mostly all from a sarcastic angle. That you have to. Mostly horror films are sarcastic because you're just thrust in such an unbelievable position, an unbelievable situation that having sarcasm is probably mostly what they usually do with horror films. But this, I just didn't buy. I didn't buy the redheads acting. I didn't buy the guy. The guy seemed like it was his first movie of all time. The guy.
Which guy? Max, the drummer? Oh, guitar. Yeah.
The guitars. Yeah, it felt like.
I think it was his first movie, or one of his.
Yeah, because I think he's probably a real musician, and they just put him in the movie. That's what I'm guessing.
I didn't think I don't know. I'm not seeing it, man. I didn't think he was like a obviously bad actor at all.
Because I've worked with lots of actors, and I can tell when somebody's acting, just because I'm so used to it. So the Judy girl was like acting, except for the latter half of the film. I thought the last 15 minutes of the film were absolutely very solid, and like when they're
that was more like actual horror.
Yeah, that was like drama, and I was like, damn, this shit is fucking good. But when you name the movie Uncle Peckerhead, it's obviously supposed to be like a dark comedy sort of horror film. But I actually wish, while watching the dramatic parts of the film, I wish they had gone against type and went with that fucking straight horror fucking film and dupe everybody. So it's not like I feel terrible that I'm like, it sounds like I'm shitting on the film, which I'm not. It's just that a lot of there's like enough.
Well, it sounds like we're shitting on the script a little and not really.
That's probably what it is.
A little bit on the acting,
but it's an okay written film, because it's sort of the joke is the progression of these people and their relationship with Uncle Peckerhead. Uncle Peckerhead is obviously the most compelling character in the movie, because he's larger than life and he has this southern drawl and he's fun and stuff like that.
I just like how everybody likes him and he gets everyone dancing and shit.
It sort of feels like they were setting up joke scenes, and they were like, oh fuck, we have to find an ending for this film, so let's have them kill this horrible band at the end. And if that band had been throughout the film, like the guy worked, the guy who was the asshole, Scott Weiland-esque sort of lead singer of the band.
He really was horrible. I hated
him. Like when his intro, I was like, okay, I get what they're gonna kill this guy and all that stuff. And then like I would have thought, like, if Peckerhead ate the band and let her live, like that would have been an interesting sort of way to go. But then again, I didn't write the movie. I love the fucking ending. I thought the ending was great because I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that ending, and when they actually did it,
and I guess he's gonna kill everyone, including them.
Yeah, which is great, unless obviously they make a sequel where the band comes to get revenge on him or some shit like that. But that was so fucking solid, that ending. It made me forgive a lot of the flaws for the movie.
I don't know. There was a good scene in there. My favorite scene was the metal scene, like easily.
Yeah, but I didn't buy those metalheads, guys.
No, but I mean, it's supposed to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making them as over the top as possible. It was wonderful.
Once he pulled that fucking guy's head off like Sub-Zero does, like that was great. Such a good effect.
I just love the part where they're coming out and like so over the top headbanging and shit. Like
it's stupid, yeah.
Because it's just like the dumbest humor. I like that kind of shit. I don't
know. What'd you think of Peckerhead's look when he mutates?
He's pretty cool looking. Like, I kind of wish they did, like, more shots of it, but I don't know. But I did enjoy the look. It was very simple and pretty creepy looking.
Yeah, Judy's hair, her bangs.
I totally recognize. Oh, shit!
What?
Oh, wait, never mind.
What did you think?
No. The Jen Jennings, like, music lady.
Yeah, who is she? She looked familiar.
Is it fucking, what's her face from Broad City? I'm so confused.
No.
Okay.
I guess she is from Broad City.
No, she's just in one episode. Never mind. Like,
did you think she was one of the main girls?
Well, I feel like I recognized her for a second. Like, in the movie, I was like, who is this? And then I saw Broad City, and it was like, could it be, like, the main chick? Not Alana, but the other one? But no, it's not. I don't know who it is. I don't know. Whatever.
But Ched Siegel's cool. I dug her bangs. Girls with bangs, brown bangs, they all have an immediate similar look together. One of my friends is this British girl, and she has the same fucking hair, and I'm like, yeah, she looks just like her. So I just kept thinking.
Do you think I would look good with that hair?
You certainly look like something with it. So I mean, it's in the bottom line. It's a hipster comedy, really well made, very good looking fucking movie. Excellent gore, good music. I think it's not music that I would be running out to listen to, but for the film itself, I think it worked. It's sort of when I saw Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, I wasn't really into all the music into it, but for the film itself, I thought it worked. It was like rock, sort of, and I like rock, but it was like some sort of weird post-punk rock to it. But obviously Peckerhead, if you name him film Uncle Peckerhead, and Peckerhead is the most compelling and fun character, and you do want to follow him a bit more and root for him. But I did think that the dramatic parts of the film, where they actually got to act really well instead of having to act like comedians throughout the film, like act funny.
Right.
When they actually acted, I thought it was great. So I had wished there was more of that throughout the film, especially with that really fucking great ending to the film. But I mean, I don't know if there's anything more else I can add to it, because I just want to,
There is nothing else you can say here. Okay?
With that, what rating would you give Uncle Peckerhead?
I will give this. Actually, what's the rating I'm gonna give? I give it a 7 out of 10. God, there's always like cops in your area.
Well, what do you think we are?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
This is great.
I can't think of one. Hold on. I'll get it.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna get it. Oh, 7 out of 10. Really good-looking guy being really bad at sex and inflating my ego because of it.
I'll give this a 5 out of 10. Wearing a white fleece, hairy vest, it looked like a monkey, a dead monkey on him, while performing really bad music. And with that, Danny, what's the final word?
August. It's a month.